Gradient tool in Photoshop. The gradient tool creates a gradual blending of multiple colors. Let's see how that works. Select this gradient from the toolbar. Then from the option bar, double-click here. And we have this the gradient editor. Place it here. And let's select this one. This green and red color, which comes by default from Photoshop. And see the slider. You can push it to the right-hand side and see the color is moving to the right-hand side. Okay, now double-click on this color. You can change the color now from the color picker. Make it blue. Okay, and double-click here in the slider and change the color. This time, let's take this cyan color. Okay, now we have a blue and cyan color blending. The gradual blend. Let's make the gradient color. Now click OK. So we have selected blue and cyan color. Click OK. Now see across here. Hold down the Shift key from the keyboard, and from here drag a line to the bottom line and leave it. Now see we have a gradual blending of blue and cyan. Let's zoom out a little bit. And here you see we have this one, the linear. The one we just applied is linear. The next one is radial. And the next one is the angle gradient. And next is reflected and the diamond gradient. So select the radial and hold down the Shift key from the keyboard. Drag a line and leave it. Now we have a radial effect of blue and cyan color. Now select this one, the angle gradient. Angle gradient selected. Hold down the Shift key, drag a line and leave it. And see how that works? Half and half. Now select this one, the reflected gradient. Holding the Shift key and drag again. Now we have another kind of gradient, which is reflected. The last one is the diamond. Hold down the Shift key from the keyboard and drag a line. Now we have a diamond. Let's select a new empty layer. Click this one. So we'll have a new empty layer. Again, select the gradient. And this time we'll change the color. Double-click here on the slider. Make this one this red. Click OK. Double-click here. And this time, select this one. Click OK. And you see the slider. If you hold down Alt-Option key, then click and drag, you will see a new slider. You can create more by holding down the Alt or Option key. Control-Z and double-click here. You can give it a new color. Click OK. So now we have 3 different colors. By moving this small diamond icon, you can also change the color and color position. See? Okay. Now click OK. Now we have a gradual blending of 3 different colors. Hold down the Shift key and drag. See, we have the 3 different colors here. But we don't see much of this pink color. So double-click here, and in the gradient editor, we can save this new gradient. Select this one, New. And see here we have our gradient, the one we just created, by using the slider and changing the color. Now let's select this one, and we will select this one. We will see our own gradient, so click OK. Select Linear. Hold down the Shift key and drag a line, and leave it. Now we have this gradient. Now what we can do is, let's change the opacity of this layer. We have two different layers with two different gradients. Now select the first one, reduce the opacity, and see how this gradient looks? Let's change this back to 100% and see here the blending mode of the layer. Select here and select the first one, to darken. The next one is multiply. Then you have the lighten one. See how this blending looks? This layer blended with this one. With the one beneath it in the background. Select the screen. Select overlay. Soft light. Hard light. Vivid light. Pin light. You can play with the gradient and the blending, reducing the opacity. You can make your own nice gradients for the mobile app design. The more subtle a gradient you make, the nicer your app will look. And especially this gradient used for the background layer.